Got a filter to look at today. This is sent in via K&F Concept. This one is unusual because it's a black diffusion filter and it's also a variable ND. That's around about 9 stops in total. Filter does come in quite a nice case. It's that sort of eco leather type thing. This has a magnetic flap at the top. On the side you'll see there's an orange tab there to pull. So what you do is just give that a quick pull and that helps to lift out the filter. Quite a good design on that because it means, you don't have to sort of shake the case to get the filter out or get fingerprints all over it. I'll just show you the filter now. This is their Nano X series, so they've got loads of coatings on there. And on the side there's this metal tab that is sort of screwed into the side of the filter, the orange tab there. You can see the scale is marked on there as well, so it's easy to see what settings you're at. Give you a quick shot from the top so you can see it darkening there. There's no hard stops on this filter, so do be careful with the X effect, and I'll show you that a bit later on. There's a special sort of coating that they have on this to give it that sort of diffused look, and here's a quick macro shot showing you that. It's quite hard to achieve that by smearing something on a filter. One point to note is you won't be able to use the lens hood due to that metal tab on the side. I'll give you a quick demonstration now fitting the filter and the effect that we get when I rotate it around. From what I can see, there are no other filters on the market that combine the black mist effect with a variable ND filter. There is a potential cost saving with that. You can just get the same effect with one filter rather than having to buy two. Usable range is usually a little bit less than the quoted 9 stops. That's partly due to the fact that you get that X effect, and I'll show you that on the screen now. Don't go too crazy with the rotation, otherwise you could ruin the images or the footage. And I'll give you some examples of that effect now. I've fixed the white balance on this so you can see what that does to the image. You can see it is a little bit warmer than without the filter. I'll move in a bit closer so you can see the effect on that. And it doesn't really destroy the detail, the fine detail, but it does reduce the contrast quite a bit on the image. Hence the name Black Mist Effect. You can also use these for things like portraits. Certainly that will help to soften skin and diffuse the light. Some people might like that effect. This particular version, the quarter, and I've looked at a few in the past, is about medium strength in terms of the diffusion. When you go to half or 1, those filters are quite a bit stronger, and I've done a few videos on those in the past, so I'll link to those at the end. The variable ND also lets you control your shutter speed, so when you adjust it, and you'll be able to get less light coming into the camera and get a more realistic and smoother look with any motion, and the water shot that I've shown you here is a pretty good example of that. And you won't be able to achieve that, particularly at faster apertures in daylight, unless you've got some kind of an ND filter. The only other point to mention is the obvious, that you do always have the black mist effect with this filter. There's no reason why you couldn't use it for photography, but generally speaking, I see this aimed more at video users myself. Once you get into a low light scenario, such as the one that I'm showing you now, with lots of light sources, that is when you're going to see a dramatic effect from the black mist filter. You can see how it spreads out the light source on those LED lights. Gives a nice dreamy effect, but not to the point where everything is super smudged out. I wouldn't like that myself. On the other hand, it's probably not a filter that you'd want to use all the time. It's really for a specific look that you might be after. K&F do have a pretty big range of these filters, including standard ones and magnetic ones too. On the edge of the filter there is a lip, but that isn't a screw thread, so you cannot put another filter on top of that. You can put a lens cap on it though, and it's a very easy filter to clean. It does have a degree of water resistance. That pretty much wraps it up for me on this video. Any questions, thoughts or suggestions, do drop a comment down below, and as usual, thanks for watching.